Good evening, everyone. How's it going? I'm finishing up page 1 of my comic here. Thought I would jump on YouTube and show everyone the progress that I've made over the past couple days here. I'll show you in a second here. I'm just kind of sectioning off a certain area. So my comic book is really taken form, and I'm getting the storyline basically cemented. Do this just right here. So I'll have to do it again. These markers are already getting beat up, but I'll show you what I got so far here. I think it looks really nice. It's flashy, but it's simple, you know what I mean? Straightforward. Man, I've only been online for like 5 seconds and I already got to use the whiteout. So anyway, here is page 1. See if I can give you guys a good view of it. There it is, panel 1. See it? You can see there's like a submarine and a boat and a person being jettisoned up through the water. And then you can see inside the submarine. So I've had to, it looks nice and tight and clean and everything, but I assure you there's, on this panel right here, there's more whiteout than there should be. Like this area right here specifically gave me trouble in the handle, the stick, basically the steering stick or whatever, or forward deck, whatever that thing is for the submarine that he's controlling. And I'm also, I'm kind of, it's one thing to do character sketches and then to do sequential art. You know what I mean? I'm doing sequential art, and so, and I'm putting them in different panels with different lighting and everything. So, I just created all these characters, you know what I mean? So it's like, basically it gave me a little bit of trouble. I had to like push and pull back from light to dark and put lines in and then be like, no, I don't like those lines there. It's been horrible. There's mistakes in here you can't even see. Basically, see this big monitor right here in front of them? Yeah, that shouldn't be there, but it looks good now. Just being honest, just being for real. And I was like, there was no way I'm throwing this page away, because I had basically done the entire page except for the sub and like finishing up the water, you know what I mean, up here, like the water effects, and then most of this panel. And then I realized when I got here that I made a big mistake. Like, that's what you get for walking away. I walked away from my pencils and left something unrendered, and then came back later and started rendering again and didn't pay attention and had it like way out of whack. And I put lines in where they weren't supposed to be when And then I started inking it, and then I took a look at it. I was like, oh, that's not right. And then I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I was like, because this page, look at this page, man. Look at that. Look at the boat down in the yacht down in the water, the tracer rounds flying by them. I mean, look at all that detail. I did all this work, and then I made a mistake right there, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? Oh man. But I fixed it. I put a monitor in front of them, which is cool because I wanted monitors in front of them and stuff anyway. I just they weren't going to be on screen, but I think it actually works better like that now. So that's pretty tight. There it is, page 1 of I don't want to give away my names quite yet. Just want you to see all the detail and the gun, that I'm doing. And basically, they're basically what's left of the free world pulls together and gives and makes all and puts their resources in to form this team. And yeah, they have archangels on their chest and stuff. And their outfits are all a little, their armor's all a little bit different. But yeah, I don't want to give away too much of the storyline. I'm filling in the ocean right here. I got to do the clouds and the sky up there. How's everything going out there? It's good to see that people started finally pushing Shadow Sentry. That was like what I was saying by like, man, it's weird like how these established artists choose who they're gonna support. Like it's weird. Like and I have seen some improvement in some of the people. Like I was watching Drawn and Quartered, and I was like, okay, that's looking a little better now. Because some of the stuff, man, I was like, man, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out, is it like a popularity contest, like high school still? Like, does high school ever end? And I was like, Shadow Sentry, the art is kick butt, and like nobody's helping this guy push Shadow Sentry as much. And then finally, like Gary Shipman and some other people. I mean, I can't believe that. Like that kind of like that worries me that something as good as Shadow Sentry hasn't made. Okay, I love Cyberthrog, and okay, all right, Ethan Van Sciver is like I was just saying, it's one thing to draw your characters, and then it's another thing to do sequential art. You know what I'm saying? Like this. And Ethan Van Sciver and Gary Shipman both do sequential art live, and they pencil it. They rough it out and they do it live. And they do their inks live, which I'm not even doing that right now. Once I get more comfortable, I probably will. Like today, I made a huge mistake. That would have been crazy. Yeah, here I'm going to show you how you fix your mistakes today, basically, by putting a monitor in over where I had his leg, where I originally had his leg, because his leg was in the wrong spot. But anyway, my point is Ethan Van Sciver, Gary Shipman, the guy that does Shadow Sentry. These guys they're working on their comic books live. So, that these guys, like them or not, they are, they are heavy hitters, I guess I would say, in the comic book industry. You know what I'm saying? If you can just sit there and draw right in front of people and ink and like Gary, maybe Gary Shipman does make mistakes, but I don't hardly see any. I don't hardly see that guy ever make mistakes. He doesn't spill his ink on the page. So these people are very conscious, and they've been doing this, and And you know, and so my point is to see something as good as Shadow Sentry, not even having to be pushed so hard. I mean, you know, oh, that's what I was going to say. Oh, okay. My point about Ethan Van Sciver, as much as I like Ethan Van Sciver and I respect the fact that he is a, you know, a heavy hitter in the industry, I mean, Cyberfrog is really is like for chill, almost. I want to say it's kind of like, you know, it's for like teenagers or something. I don't know. It's hard to explain, and it's like, you know, where's the a little bit more. I'm not saying it's got to be ridiculously adult, like, you know, but I'm saying like where's the more kind of sophisticated content or whatever, or like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Maybe I just have different, you know, I'm from the days of like, who was it? I don't know. A lot of thought went into the characters and the storyline and all this stuff, and it was, you know, it was more sophisticated, I guess. I don't know what to say, than a lot of the stuff. And so then I see Shadow Sentry, and I'm like, man, you know, that's more of along the lines of something that, like, you know, a young adult would read, or even that I would read. You know what I'm saying? And it's so, and it's having that much trouble getting funded. That sucks. You know, it sucks. Shit. But then people started pushing it, and hopefully it's doing better now. Oh, I gotta do clouds. I don't want to do clouds right now. Let's see if you just join me. I'm working on my. This is the first page of my indie comic. I'm gonna be doing a. I'm gonna be doing, like, you know, some kind of a Kickstarter or Indiegogo for this. And here's the. I've got the cover started right there, so it's pretty full. You can see there it is right there, pretty tight. A lot of work, like this whole area right here, where his hand, where this guy's hand is on the controls right there, that little area. Oh my god. And it's, you know, it's pretty small. Like, if you look at it compared to me, you know what I mean, the tip of the pen there, it's a small little area. And man, I had to get in there with like white out and stuff, you know, and I was just like, oh, you know. And but I think I worked it all out. I worked it all out. And it took me a, so that was like one of the harder spots in glass. I have issues doing glass sometimes, but I think I got his, you know, his goggles or whatever you want to call them, basically. I think I got that worked out. How do I want to do the clouds? hopefully when I get my Indiegogo page up, I'll be able to go on Gary Shipman's channel and Mike's channel and stuff, and they'll help me promote it. You know, so we'll see. Just throwing in some clouds real quick. Got to figure out how I want them all to look. Just penciling it all in lightly up in here. Got to make them nice and fluffy, because it's not like a stormy night or anything. It's like a fairly nice night. As you can see, the water's calm. You know what I mean? There's no big waves or anything like that. And I'm getting those clouds just lightly inked in there. All right. So there it is, page one. I told you I would finish it up, and it is pretty much, I mean, the lettering and everything isn't done, but yeah, it is essentially, that is page one. Inked, penciled and inked, basically. And these are the three guys. You can basically, this guy, he's like an aquatic. He has aquatic armor. He has air armor, and then he has land armor, which is basically built for strength and speed and stuff like that. And yeah, it's not bad. It's looking pretty good. If you're just joining me, this is my indie comic, and I just wanted to show you an update. Showing you each page as I get them done, while I do other stuff like work constantly. How's everybody dealing with the pandemic? Everybody got plenty of supplies. What do you guys think about that, huh? People have come up to me and said like, people that, like, I don't know, people that aren't usually paranoid about these types of things, or not paranoid, concerned, I guess is a better word, have come up to me and said they think that, life is, as we know it, is about to change. And I know that a lot of people are getting laid off, like, can't work. That's horrible. And so they're gonna, I'm wondering, are they gonna have to depend on a government? Are people gonna get welfare now or something? Like, I mean, the layoffs, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm listening to people, they're saying that, like, the layoffs are incredible. Like, people they know that work in the service industry, especially restaurants, bars, bar and grills. Man, the restaurant across the street from me hasn't been opened in, like, I don't know, a few days now. It's crazy. And I'm doing comic books nonetheless. There it is, man. Death Angel Squad was the original name, and I might still go with it, Death Angel Squad, but I think I have a new name. And, I'm just kind of keeping a lid on things until I actually release it. You can see they're intercepting this yacht right here, and this is going to be a cool scene when they bust into here and they basically just waste all the bad guys on this boat. Basically, they just get in a firefight and waste them all. That's going to be, I can't wait to get to that scene. I'm working on it. I've been watching movies, basically, is what I've been doing. So now I'm just kind of adding some shadows on the clouds to and just use the brush to fill in. Hopefully, yeah. Oops, I already went outside of the border a little bit. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I can fix it. A little bit of white out. And on this side, what's the matter, buddy? My dog's restless over here. What's up? What's up? Well, sleepy by time. He knows what sleepy by time means. He's funny. I love my dog. Such a good boy. So there's that. I'm getting the clouds in there. Let's see, I'm putting the clouds in right now. Not bad, not bad. There it is, man. So I got to continue the sky over on this side too. And basically the dialogue, you know, basically, you know, the dialogue is just basically corresponding to the situation. You know what I mean? Like the story is pretty much told right in the artwork, but they're just communicating to each other through, like, you know, their little their little like telecom or whatever you call those things, like intercom type device or whatever. As they ambush this ship. All right, that looks pretty good. Not bad, not bad. So anyway, I thought I would just update and show you guys the artwork, or the first page, and there it is. I'm getting it done. Finished. It should be finished tonight, actually. Page 1. Not bad. So thanks for tuning in, and I will show you more as I get more done.